Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of Courageously Pursuing Connections Perfection, where I am going to attempt to do the connections puzzle for June 25th, 2025, and of course, assuming I can solve it, I'll try to get it perfect and maybe even one step beyond, but that remains to be seen. I'm doing this fairly late in the day. Usually, I like to solve these early in the morning. Sometimes I literally, if I'm up late enough, I'll solve them uh, as soon as they get posted on midnight. But this one, I left a little bit late, and because it's so late, I was like, you know what? I've got the time, might as well record it. So without further ado, let's let us jump right in and see what we can make happen. By the way, my streak ended a couple days ago, so it's only at a streak of one right now. Maybe at the end of this puzzle, I'll show you the puzzle where I lost the streak, but that's not important. The important thing is let's try and get this puzzle done. As you can see, I have my notepad open as well. I moved that over to the right. I'll slowly figure out what to put in the blank spaces in the video as we uh, go through this series. So let me just shut down some of these um, unnecessary things that I have open. I don't need Steam open right now. I'm editing some other videos for my channel based on the games I've been playing, so I was just looking up some screenshots from Steam. Let's close that and let's just get going with this puzzle. I'll obviously keep the browser open because I need it. But let's see. What do we have here? We got cran, straw, and immediately you think cranberry, strawberry, but could it rasp? Cranberry, strawberry, raspberry. Could it be that simple? Cranberry, strawberry, raspberry, blueberry. Could it be that simple? There's also Swiss cheese, goat cheese. Those are the only cheeses I can see. I guess Monterey Jack is a cheese, but you know what? Let's not rush to any conclusions because I think a rasp, a saw. You know what? Let me uh, get my good keyboard out because I think I will be making some notes. Let me just plug it in. Yeah. So a rasp, a saw, a plane, and a chisel are all woodworking tools, I think. So that could be something. Let me just get my keyboard out. All right. So let's not be hasty. Um, lid, cup, straw, napkin could be things that you get given with a fast food order, or Starbucks, something like that. That's an option. So let's start populating our list with things that we think might be. So what did I say? I said rasp, chisel, plane, and saw. Saw, and I said cup, straw, lid, napkin, and then we've got a bunch of stuff. We got Swiss cheese. We think that might be it. Flaming. Flaming, I don't think flaming cheese is a thing. Hero rave. Something weird is going on with this puzzle for sure. Let me not accidentally send anything in just yet. So let's see. Let's see what we can make happen with this. Right. Oop. Oop. I accidentally minimized Firefox. Let's. It's throwing me off because I moved the. You know what? I'm gonna move it to the right on my screen as well, because I had the notepad to the left of my screen, but I moved it. I moved the OBS object to the right, so it was throwing me off that it was to the left on one and to the right on the other. But now I think it's consistent. So let's think about this. And this is going to turn into another one of those where I start saying words over and over like a crazy person. Rave, flaming, hero, cran. So cran could be, well, like it's one off from cyan, it's one off from chan, it's one off from a lot of things. I don't think it's standing in for cranberry necessarily. So let's be while I'm thinking about this, let me just grab a cup of water. Cause my throat is kind of has taken a beating from recording some Slay the Spire footage earlier today. If you're into deck builder games, I'm doing a 100% playthrough for that, but that's enough. That's enough, you know, tangential self-promotion. Let's get back to this puzzle. Let me take a sip of water. So, it could still be something like cranberry, jackfruit. What would flaming be? What would blue be now that we've ruled out, now that we think we've ruled out berries? I mean, blue cheese, Swiss cheese, uh, is blue cheese, Swiss cheese, goat cheese is a potential. So let's put blue Swiss goat. And then from the remaining ones, let's just list them as we see them. Cran. Let's list them like this. Rave. Hero. Hero cheese? I don't think so. Plain lid jack could be cheese. You know, let's. And then chisel. No, flaming. Flaming Lips is the name of a band, but I think that would be a bit too obscure. Rave. Hero. Jack. Cran. Okay, so if we are confident in the cheese angle, which I mean, listen, let's think about this. Because blue cheese, Swiss cheese, goat cheese is it checks out. There's Monterey Jack, but would you just say Jack? I think I I hear people say that sometimes, like Jack and Swiss or like Jack and Cheddar. I don't know. That could be a thing. If we think, okay, so if we think that Jack is potentially with this, let's put it like this: Jack question mark. Then our challenge is to figure out what the hell these four things could possibly have to do with each other. It could be that it's not the meaning of these things. It could be that we have to manipulate the words in some way. So, okay, I no, I see it. What's going on here is crane, raven, heron, and flamingo. These are names of birds, off by one letter. So, flamingo, crane, or flaming, cran, hero, and rave. And I'm pretty confident in saying that this is going to be purple. Let's send it. Yeah, okay. Now comes the hard part. Because okay, so we're confident that this is Jack. So then honestly any of these could be blue. Maybe maybe the maybe cheese is maybe because what I want to do is I want to solve them in reverse order of how difficult they are. And I was fairly confident that the birds were going to be the hard one. Sometimes purple isn't the hardest, but usually if it's a word play like fill in the blanks or complete the word kind of thing, it that usually ends up being the purple one. Blue, I have no idea. I like for blue we're just trying to figure out which of these is the second hardest. And I think I maybe it's the subliminal messaging of the fact that blue would be one of those answers. So let's say blue, jack, Swiss, goat? Surely? That's gotta be it. Are you. How is this yellow? Oh my god. What are you doing to me? So is the woodworking tools gonna be blue? I don't know how you're supposed to figure some of these out. Uh, chisel, rasp, plane, saw. Was this gonna be blue? That okay. Um, and there's only one thing left. Uh, it says we got it perfect, but it's not. It's not the kind of perfection, the kind of super perfection that I was aiming for. Because if we go into connections bot, which we definitely are gonna do, uh, yeah. I mean, I should have guessed what the solve rate was gonna be before I went in, but I was like, okay, there's only one really difficult category, so people can, even if they don't get the bird thing, they can solve the rest of it, and then just enter in uh, the last one, and they'll just get the puzzle. So pretty. It doesn't surprise me. And let's see how many people fell for the red herring with the mistakes. Yeah, yeah. 48% of people. Wait. So how many people made some kind of a mistake? I guess we're gonna have to go back. So 78% of people made some kind of a mistake, or at least one mistake. And of the people who made at least one mistake, or I guess from maybe this is 48% off that uh, 78% who made this mistake specifically, because if we add all of this up, it adds up to a lot more than 78. So we'll have to, yeah, okay, because there's even more of them, and then this entire list adds up to 100, and then of people who made mistakes, this is all nearly half of them fell for it. So we didn't. We knew it was a bit too convenient. This is why you got to take your time with connections. And then we did purple first, which today genuinely was the trickiest. And then I want to see. So what I thought was going to be the second trickiest ended up being the easiest. Okay. Maybe it's because I wasn't sure about the whole Jack thing. Maybe people just do call it Jack, and I'm just not enough of a cheese connoisseur. That's also a possibility. Um, and yeah, it was fairly straightforward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the connections archive, and just before we end this off, I'll show you the puzzle that killed my streak. As you can see, when it's a white star, it means, or a completely filled in star, it means you successfully solved it. If it's a star with a, like just the outline, then it means you did not. So I'll show you why I failed. Let's admire my failure. And basically, these are the mistakes I made. For the first one, I fell for some kind of a red herring. Um, no, this wasn't the. No, this is ages ago. Hang on. Where's yesterday's? Oh no 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 no. This was yesterday's. I did one from weeks ago. But this not even yesterday's. Like 2 days ago. Oh, so let's admire this. And these are the mistakes I made. And the issue was that I didn't know. I mean, I kind of knew this was gonna be genes related. I kind of knew this was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be alcohol related, but it turns out to be glassware. But I didn't have enough knowledge because I'm like, is there a kind of a glass called like a flare glass? Is there like a skinny glass? Because you know, could Collins be a kind of gene? Could old fashioned be a kind of gene? Right. So I just wasn't I wasn't versed enough in the nomenclature for these two, so that's why I got this wrong. But I don't mind getting stuff like this wrong, because if it's stuff that I just don't know, then I just don't know it, right? Yeah, it's annoying to lose your streak, but then you can think of it as, okay, I learned something new today. What would have annoyed me is if I knew the answer but then failed the puzzle because I was just too rash. So it's not too bad, not too bad. Anyway, that's another a quick one. How long has this video been? Not even 20 minutes total. So we're picking up the pace, and with that, we are going to wrap up today's episode. I guess I'm not trying to show off by showing you my 1,256 day crossword streak. That's just the top of the page. It just takes you there. But yes, we did successfully do today's connections. I said I was gonna do it every Sunday, but I really want to have at least. I'm impatiently trying to have at least one situation as quickly as I can where I show you what connections perfection truly is. Because even though we've gotten this puzzle perfect, it's not the kind of perfection that I'm looking for. And hopefully, I don't know if I'll be able to do this tomorrow because I'm going to be a little bit busy tomorrow. Maybe we'll have to wait until Sunday, maybe not. But hopefully, we'll be back soon with some connections, and hopefully we'll be like at some point it's just luck dependent, right? Because you're trying to guess what the puzzle maker thinks is the difficulty, and that's just too much metagaming. Uh, but still, it's something that I try to do with every puzzle. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this one. Until the next time, take care.